Wireless. Oh, I think we're on.
Oh, we're on. Hello. Welcome to Yorkshire Voice. I'm Xanthi Palmer. I'm here with Alex Cann.
Hiya.
Hi. So we've just had a talk, and if you missed out, don't worry. We're going to brief you on everything they went through. So first off, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yep, sure. I currently present the breakfast show at Trax FM in Doncaster, which covers Doncaster, Retford, Worksop, that sort of area. I've done that since January, so I get up at 3:30 in the morning, which is
early starts.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Although we're saying good quality sleep before midnight, isn't it? So
yeah. Good sleep.
So I do that Monday to Friday plus the Saturday show. So I'm on air 6 days a week. Plus I cover other radio stations around the Links FM group in Hull, Lincoln, and anywhere I'm asked to really. Before that, I did a bit of freelance and 10 years at Stray FM in Harrogate, another Yorkshire station. So I've done radio full time 15 years now, which is quite scary.
It's quite a long time. It goes fast, though, I guess, doesn't it? You made a really good point in there, actually. If you love doing what you do, which you seem to, it doesn't feel like work.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like Blue were in the charts when I started doing radio. So where are they
now?
So, yeah, I think you've got to have passion. And for me, radio isn't really a 9-to-5 job. It's about just making yourself indispensable. So, I mean, my way in, I did a bit of radio when I was 16. After hanging around Minster FM in York long enough to annoy them, and they just said, "Oh, come on then, I'll give you a show." Yeah. So it's just about making the drinks, doing anything just to get in the building, really. So I did that age 16, 17. There were still embarrassing cassettes somewhere of those years.
Oh yeah, I'll have to get those out one day.
Yeah, if you want to laugh. And then age 25, I cancelled a weekend away to do a show in York, and I thought, well, this is my future. I always wanted to do radio. I thought, well, this opportunity might never come up again. So glad I did, because that led to Yorkshire Coast Radio for 3.5 years, which was brilliant. Stray for 10, and now Trax. And I think if you love what you do, if you're lucky enough to love what you do and get paid for it, it's a win-win, isn't it?
See, I've got a question just touching on what you just said. Where do you draw the line? Because you love your job, and you might only be supposed to be in for say 5 days a week, but something comes up. You know, where do you draw the line? How many times should you say, yeah, I'll do that, like, I'll offer your own back out your own time, or at the expense of your own time and stuff like that? Because I feel like radio's quite, you have to be quite fluid.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Because I mean, some stations like UKRD stations, Stray and the like, they've gone to working 5 days, but we're still on. We still do 6 days a week, so you kind of get used to the patterns. Because I get my afternoons free. Yeah. But my wife would probably say, I mean, she's very understanding, but I say yes to everything in terms of work. So I just try and do.
Do you think you should say yes all the time? Do you know what I mean? What do you think
there maybe needs to be a balance, but I mean, I just really enjoy it. So I just think, well, as long as I'm doing a job I enjoy and it doesn't feel like a chore, I think. But like you say, there's got to be a work-life balance.
So you think as long as you're enjoying it and you're not upsetting the missus?
Yeah, as long as there's marital harmony. As long as you have some time at home. But I mean, where I used to work, I had a lot of other duties off air, so I would do things like cart up the adverts, the PRS reports, lots of admin stuff. Whereas where I am now, I'm very much focused on the on air, which is the side I've always been passionate about. So I think when I'm not on air, I'm either out promoting the product or planning my next shows. So I don't feel like it's a chore at all.
Oh, sounds like he's got the dream job, doesn't he? So final point before, I'm sure you've got to get off somewhere, but you mentioned in your talk that a lot of people seem to think radio's on its way out, it's all social media, it's the way forward, but you disagreed with that. Could you explain a little bit more why? Yes,
you do. You get people saying, oh, radio's very old hat, it's very analogue in a digital age, but actually, well, for a start, there's so many digital services now. I mean, you get any car radio and just scan through. I mean, Trax is on DAB, but there's so many stations out there all vying for audience, which goes back to our earlier point about being distinctive. In our case, it's being as local as possible, super serving the area. But Radar, which comes out every quarter, shows over 90% of people still tune into the radio every single week, which I think's
90%. I think if you ask people generally, do you think people still listen to radio? They say no. Yeah. But that clearly shows otherwise, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the boss of Radio 1 has recently said that YouTube is a big thing for their audience, and it is as part of the mix. But traditional radio listening is still in pretty good health, and for me, 90% is quite a powerful stat, really.
Well, I mean, I'm studying broadcast journalism, so I hope broadcast isn't dead. So that's a good start. But anyway, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, nice to meet you.
Really appreciate you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.